Today in cannabis news, a Texas state judge issues a ruling that re-legalizes Delta-8 THC products for the time being. Cannabis campaigners in South Dakota detail the next steps after missing a deadline to submit a statewide cannabis legalization proposal. And with the recent approval of an infrastructure package by the U.S. House, a measure is passed that allows scientists to examine cannabis purchased from state-authorized shops rather than cannabis supplied by the federal government. It's Wednesday, November 10th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California, it's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, this week, a Travis County court issued an injunction upon the Texas Department of State Health Services, resulting in the re-legalizing of Delta-8 THC in Texas, at least for the time being. Last month, the cannabis firm Hometown Hero sued DSHS, alleging that it had unfairly modified its hemp rules to explicitly ban items with over minute quantities of THC compounds apart from Delta-9. Judge Jan Seufer's decision was a part of the recent judicial dispute spurred by the Delta-8 controversy, after a separate judge had first denied the plaintiff's plea for a temporary restraining order against the state. The state is subject to an interim injunction that will endure until the conclusion of the litigation. The case is set for a trial on January 28, 2022. Said Hometown Hero CEO Lucas Gilkey, "You are free to sell Delta-8 in Texas as of right now. Go get them."
Next up, campaigners with South Dakotans for Better Marijuana Laws, or SDBML, confirmed this week that they won't be submitting a petition for a statewide cannabis legalization proposal due to missing a deadline set for earlier this week. But they aren't surrendering because a federal court's decision could grant them till May to get on the ballot in 2022. The U.S. District Court for the District of South Dakota affirmed in August that an electoral statute mandating signatures for ballot measures in the state to be finalized a year prior to a vote was unlawful and compelled authorities not to enforce the statute, allowing the deadline to be rescheduled to 6 months prior to a vote. Although potential challenges might throw advocate campaigns into disarray, SDBML stated that the May 3rd deadline is the law in South Dakota, and we feel confident that we can rely on that extension.
Last up, the U.S. House just passed a large infrastructure package that contains measures that would enable scientists to examine genuine cannabis purchased from state-authorized shops rather than merely cannabis supplied by the federal government. The bill additionally urges states that have legalized cannabis to inform their citizens on the dangers of driving while intoxicated. According to the cannabis measure, the examination needs to contain a suggestion for the creation of a nationwide clearinghouse to collect and distribute samples and strains of marijuana for scientific research that includes marijuana and products containing marijuana lawfully available to patients or consumers in a state on a retail basis. It also says that researchers from states that haven't already passed legalization legislation must have accessibility to dispensary goods offered in regions where cannabis bans have been lifted. The proposal is now on its way to President Joe Biden's office after the House agreed to the Senate's revisions.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm RJ Baldwin.
And I'm Devin Liao. Have a great day.